from that Exist interview is just how much they've changed the game to play around the star. It's Halzerk, the Norwegian. Oh, I'm excited to see if he can keep the damage flowing in the same way he was in that series versus Fnatic. 40 frags in the overtime victory they managed to pick up. It was huge stuff from their newest name. Everyone else, a house favorite. We've got Forest, Halzerk, Freiburg, Exist, and Get Right in the brown corner. And in the blue, it's the French. Masuta, Apex, Shox, Zywoo, and RPK. And speak of the devil, he's just copped a bullet straight to the dome, and he's handed him out as well.
That's not bad at all from Zywoo. He finds 2 kills, the bomb goes down, and there is a huge gap there as Exist will salvage the C4.
Knife kill?
And there is a knife kill. Apex is bringing nothing but heat today, it seems. We're going to have a 5 versus 2. Halzerk can Exist, trying to find a kill if possible, but Zywoo gets his 3rd. And now just poor old Halzerk here, holding towards the ramp. He's got good timing in terms of the cross. Oh, that couldn't be any better.
That's comical.
He probably won't win the round, but indeed, that is quite the play. They have no idea he's coming. As far as they're aware, ramp is covered. There's no way he can come through. And it will be Zywoo to go down. But obviously that gives up Halzerk's position, and it should be just a matter of time before it's closed out. And there's Apex, gets a knife kill in the round and a cheapy headshot as well. We're going to find $5,200 on him. Damn. So a lot of cash.
Well, we are talking about numbers and team vitality so far throughout the road to Rio. In their 3 games they've played thus far, they've lost to Astralis and NIP, and their win was against Complexity. But it is similar scenes to when this team had MBK on the roster at the moment. It is only Zywoo. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Zywoo's the only individual with a positive rating right now and a positive KT over those 3 best-of-3 series. So we need to see some growth out of these other names. RPK is especially one on Nuke who could show up in spades.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to disregard the comment you were making just before the music kicked in, which was that it's not been just the Zywoo show in the fact that, you know, yes, he's in the top 10 statistically, but he hasn't been putting them in his backpack.
Yeah, so for those people who may be familiar with Zywoo and the run of Vitality last year, in a lot of the tournaments, someone else would show up, right? Maybe Alex would have a banger. Maybe RPK would have a banger. Zywoo can't do it alone, right? He can be an absolute monster, but he needs someone to show on up.
Oh, I kind of miss Alex.
Yeah, well, he's at home at the moment, I guess, like the rest of the world, so he's probably watching on. He's become a bit of a meme lord, hasn't he?
He has. He started his new meme school. I think he's
a meme school
He's
now?
looking to graduate.
Is it like Clown College? Or
It's kind of like the modern-day Clown College.
Okay,
yeah.
makes sense.
You've just got to create a TikTok. Oof! Get right. Let's put that one on his first post.
That was a heat-seeking missile.
So, Shoxy looking to close things out cleanly here, but he does take a few bullets to the face. How is he still alive? I couldn't tell you, but 34 points of health is where he'll reside. Up to Apex to try and close things out here. He knows Forest on the main roof. And he has got a Desert Eagle, so it could be another kill coming through, but apparently not. It's going to be a clean sweep for Team Vitality. They go 2-0 up, but this was an eco. Dignitias were looking to get the AKs out, and round number 3, Chad.
Yeah, now it just means a little bit less utility unless they want to opt for those Galils. But I would assume the AK-47 should be coming out across the board. You can do a bunch of different strategies. You can wait up the early C. Oh, what was
sorry, that was my inner demon actually got hold of the microphone for a second.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't normally, normally I only hear him, but it's strange that, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Go back inside.
Are you feeding? You're not feeding him today.
Oh my God.
He sounds possessed himself. That's awesome. Either way, let's get back into the action here. The first gun round's about to go down. The AK-47s are out. And it's a bit of a bonus situation for Vitality here. The FAMASs, the MP9s, if they can win this round, they're in a fantastic spot. That's to say the very least. Dignitias, though, still with 2 smokes. A few flashes themselves. They run through their default. It's going to be Get Right. Holding the extremities of the map. Looking for on pushing towards Squeaky and Hut. Looks like they're going towards Ramp for their final play here. But Masuta, this is such a committed position. If you're playing Ramp, you better hope you're getting 2 kills. If you get nothing, not good enough, I'm afraid. There's the first, nails the second as well, and that's worth the push. As long as he gets 2, it's worth it.
Yeah, job done, and now you can see the damage is inflicted. Dignitias going to have to work with just Get Right and Forest. An iconic partnership that now will have to do something rather ridiculous. They have the lobby control, but for how long? Shox is on the long flank. RPK going to cast his gaze towards Squeaky, and a precise tap. Forest.
Not the angle you want to be swinging towards. It will be a dry peek from RPK that leads to his demise, and we've got a 3 versus 2 now. Get Right towards the hut. Not spotted as of yet, and on the T roof, that's where Forest actually is, so he has no idea that Shox got behind him here. There's a knife available here, boys. Oh, we didn't see the AK. No way. That's so wild.
Forest steps may have saved Get Right.
Oh, what?
No, he's going to see him eventually. Hello. Hi. Do I knife you? Your back's not really turned. I don't know what to do.
I wouldn't knife him. I'd just kill him.
This is so insane.
Look at this. One sweep of his mouse pad. Okay, finally. He goes down and Apex confirms it. Dignitias, they've got a distinct lack of kills. That's my analysis so far here, guys. They've got 3.
Just the 3.
I think they need more. What do you think?
Possibly need some more here. After losing to the FAMASs and MP9s, it could be a position where they're going to consider killing a few more people at this point. The suit with a double kill, as I mentioned, if he only gets one there, really not worth the gamble, but it does work out in the end. You've got to take those risks on those sort of rounds, and you know you're up against it. Tech9, CZs, and 2 smokes. So where are we going with this one? There's no HE, so probably not out of the squeaky door. It's towards ramp. It makes sense, trying to find the opening kill. Turn that snowball into an avalanche, but Masuta, a lot of damage upon arrival.
Yeah, I like that he's falling off as well.
Yeah, he's worked out he's against pistols there. The only way he can lose this round is they give up a rifle, right? So no reason to do so. Do some damage, sure, but fall back, make sure everyone stays alive.
Oh, they're very low now, aren't they? They've copped a lot of flack over there in that ramp room. This purchase was curious. I'm surprised the nades that they had bought, it was an all-in ramp. They could have all been spammed on down. So that investment with that one smoke on Freiburg could facilitate a plant here, but Masuta is on his own right now. There's a lot of pressure on the youngster.
Yeah, I haven't personally been impressed so far. I don't think he's a bad player by any stretch, but I feel like he's very big shoes to fill in the form of Alex. And we are going to see the first couple of frags come through. Good for one. Masuta will give them a rifle, though, and the lower bomb site is actually under their remit. Yeah, Shox is so far away. He's only in the vents when they're actually making their access. And this stage, a bomb will go down. They've got a chance of winning this. Apex with the second kill.
Forrest's got full armor and that M4 from Masuta. He could win this round. A fully invested Vitality looking to retake here, and both going towards window room. We know how important that can be. Nading open the door, nowhere to hide, and RPK and Apex, they've solved this mystery. The plan is for Forrest. Perhaps if he could just knock him off and survive a duel with Apex, but the floor is on fire, and I think that's enough for him. He'll be saving what he brought into that one, the armor preserved, and the extra M4.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a clumsy round for Team Vitality, but they only give it 2 kills in the plant. They were going to buy up next round anyway, so it's all good, to be honest with you. Masuta could have played a better position, I suppose, but overall, not the end of the world. So we round number 5, and Halzo could bring out the AWP for the first time. He said they needed more kills, Alex, and he is their MVP in terms of fragging, so we need to see him step out. The problem with it being Nukers as well, he's an AWPer, and AWPers don't normally get huge numbers on this map. Shox and Zywo with a double AWP setup as well on the CT side here. Meets the lower bomb site. It's very, very difficult to retake, and they're going towards the squeaky door. Zywo's challenged, but he's such low HP. He's not going to survive this, surely. He's got away with it.
With 3 HP, he actually hits the shot on to get right. In the pistol, he copped down to 30 and then proceeded to get 3 kills. I wonder if Zywo can make 3 HP sing as much as he made 30.
Double AWPs on the CT side?
Yeah.
I just spotted that now. That's a curious decision right here. That opening pick by Zywo is even more important, because if this turns into a post-plant situation, double AWPs on the retake with Zywo hemorrhaging HP, that's no easy feat.
For now, they have the man advantage. Zywo bats away at get right, and we have got another kill for Zywo. 3 HP, and you've got the AWP in your hand. Doesn't seem to matter. That's why they throw the rifles and exchange the AWP sometimes to low HP players, because you can survive with the AWP in your hands.
You just got to find angles like that. Freiburg, quicker on the trigger that time. A crucial frag as well. He will return to the AK-47, simply operating with Halzerk's AWP for that frag. He shut down the star. Perhaps there's something to be said for Dignitas in round 5 still. It was a 3v5, 40 seconds still on that clock. Forrest heading to heaven.
What can Forrest do? His teammates do have the bomb. Exist will have it on his back. Freiburg now has the AK-47. So Forrest has made it towards the top of heaven, but there's only 30 seconds remaining. They're choosing to come through the main entrance here. So the players are main, trying to cause a bit of distraction for Forrest to peek, and he might have done enough there. Nice shot from Forrest.
He has to worry.
A lot of pressure, and he's got to go for it, but the flashbang catches him. Masuta throws it from the hub, and it's now down to the 2 versus 2. Not good enough from Masuta, I'm afraid. And Shox, this is what Chad talked about, retaking bomb sites now with the AWP in hand. Far from ideal. No kit available, no helmet, and no grenades.
Freiburg's just gone off on one. This was a 3 versus 5. Now, after plant is severely favoring Dignitas' first round. I don't even know if Shox is going to go for this unless he gets a freebie. It looks like he's waiting.
With no kit, it's not really worth it. If you had a smoke, potentially, you could smoke on top of the bomb, touch it, get them uncomfortable, bring it down to 1v1, then save. But I think just looking for exit here is the only call he can make. Freiburg recovers the situation, picks up the AWP, takes down Zywo, and the Flood's gate officially open. As Forrest up towards heaven, he gets a very nice kill on top of Hut, and we saw that with a distraction from main entrance as well. They pins it towards the side. Freiburg are 3 in total, and we have got 2 players surviving. So Freiburg and this should be absolutely fine here. And there they go. So the first round has been found. Shox will survive. Will they bring out the double AWP setup again, though?
Oh, I hope not. I'm going to be honest. I really hope not. I hate seeing Shox on the secondary AWP.
I agree. I agree.
Like, remember when he was in the French super team with like Body and everybody, and he's taking the AWP, and like Kenny's not using it? Like, oh,
Kenny was
Jesus.
AWPing T-side dust too, and Shocksuit used a double AWP, and the T-side dust too.
Yeah.
I thought that was very odd.
It's like, what's going on there? I don't want them to fall into the old habits of these players. The whole point of like bringing Shocks in was a chance for him to, you know, kind of just go into a role. But now that Alex has gone, now that this team has had to retool once more, their identity's in question. So it's going to be some shaky Counter-Strike, that's for sure, coming out of Vitality until they're able to work out the way they want to approach this game. But aggressive ramp yet again. ZywOo with the AWP leading the way, getting Masuda tucked on into where he found those 2 kills on that anti-eco. But you can't use the same trick twice.
No one watching.
This is a different trick, though. It's a missed shot from ZywOo. Not his favorite trick. He actually hits the wallbang. And that might be enough. That's going to cause him to try and focus attention to at least regain control of Trophy. I'm not sure, actually, if Apex, he's going to descend the vent. So Masuda, with his aggressive position, he's just going to be left to his own devices.
We still have Get Right, Squeaky Door, bear in mind. If RPK towards the lobby as well, he can be flushed out very quickly. It will be shots to strike first, using that M4 in a much more efficient manner compared to the AWP. He opens things up and finds Freiburg. Another opening kill for Vitality. I don't think we've seen one for Dignitias as of yet. So it's a 5-on-4. They still have 2 smokes, 2 flashes, a couple of Molotovs as well. Get Right needs to be very careful from lobby here. It's already been hit by the AWP by ZywOo. And Apex patrolling down towards lower. 40 seconds remaining. And this is where they're heading towards. Down secret, Forest crosses over.
He must be communicating that they can get across. I mean, this is such a passive angle. And he's going to find a head. That's one. Halzuk's got the AWP, and that was a hard shot to hit, but not for him, it seems. 4 versus 3 is Halzuk going to try and open that decon door, but he's going to be so exposed. Masuda in the off angle.
You did see him jiggle peek that one as well. They're showing the barrel of the AWP, trying to bait out some shots. Masuda not taking the bait just yet. Oh, he's right next to one.
Oh my God, what? Forest! He was in shadow this whole time, and Masuda's going to win the round. Double kill on that low side. Nothing for Get Right to do. He's been sitting around Squeaky this whole time, but powerful position if the bomb goes down.
I can see Chad scrambling to the skybox position now, trying to work out what happened to that second T that appeared in shadow.
Okay, Forest just dropped off.
So he'd gone from window down towards
window
shadow,
to shadow, and then Masuda was just...
Makes sense.
Out of his swing. So you can see the way this one started. Another attempt from ZywOo. A missed shot. Doesn't look far off. Let's see that again.
It's just so hard when they're not facing you because you can never really predict in which way they're going to move. So that's the same with pistols, right? On the side or on the back when they're moving around, it does become very, very difficult.
A nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, we got a, sounds like a technical, I would say.
With typing going on and no tactical at the top, I would say you've made a very wise and informed guess there, Chad.
That's what we call a guesstimation in the business. Don't know what business that is of, but they taught us about guesstimating in school.
Guesstimation?
I don't know why. I guess it was just using knowledge to inform...
Something that I thought about recently in my school was critical thinking. In A-level, they actually introduced like a optional critical thinking module that I obviously laughed off as irrelevant. But it's quite nice that they were trying to get people in that like 16 to 18-year-old age band to think critically. I mean, it's basically, it was like, you know, showing you media and looking for overly enthusiastic words and sensationalism, and it was actually quite a smart thing to be teaching people about. And Halzuk taught Shocks a thing or two as he does head out towards Yard. That T-AWP preserved by Freiburg has found the first blood for Dignitias, and the first blood.
Yeah, exactly right there. That is the first opening kill so far for Dignitias within this first half.
They are on the T side of Nuclear. 4 or 5 rounds, certainly acceptable, but you've got to go there first. We'll see Freiburg try and cross over towards T-Red. The Flames are down for now. His teammate's gone down as well. Get Right is dropped, but Forest pulls one back. So they still have the man advantage. 4 versus 3. Freiburg alone towards outside, though, and he has not got the bomb. So just going to be trying to flush out Masuda if possible. Has had a bit of a rough time towards ramp. Good for 1 kill most of the time.
They really leave Masuda out to dry in a lot of these situations. He's having to cover 2 different positions.
I haven't seen him backed up really once at all, and he'll get 2 again. That's actually really well played for him. He's brought it back to a 2-on-2. Halzuk, though, if he hits a shot, they're in a lot of trouble, and he does not. It's going to be the CZ drawn, and we're down to just Freiburg here. As mentioned, he was towards secret this entire time. He's got to go recover the bomb, and he's only got 35 seconds here. Has to shoot out the window, no choice.
Yeah, he's got to be loud. So he's holding it down behind that box as well. There's 2 members there. Hard for Freiburg. Near impossible. And ZywOo confirms it with his second frag. Pushing ramp with that CZ. Shutting down Halzuk was how that 6th was secured. And you can see he is the impact player. Makes sense.
There it is, ZywOo getting it done, and the money somewhat broken for Team Dignitias here. They're at $3,500 per player. Could be a partial buy territory. It's a lovely opening kill there, but wasn't quite enough to win the round. Masuta did deliver 2 kills. ZywOo to close things out there. Quick shot towards Freiburg as well. And indeed, just a partial buy with the CZs, Tech-9s, Deagles, and now the Mac-10s as well. Basic grenades, and Freiburg's throwing one towards the hut. In they go. They're actually committing fully to this.
Yeah, and the flashbang is good, but RPK doesn't seem too bothered. Neither does Apex. It's a complete massacre in that top side, and just Halzerk, an unarmored Deagle. Won't get too far, and Masuta, nice jiggle. Baits it out nicely and will convert. 7-1. Dignitias' T side has not got going.
I don't want to say this feels like it could be a quick one, but the way that this is trending very early, it does feel like it could be a quick one. Like, Dignitias, what have they done? We've seen some yard smokes, we've seen the L-frame smoke, we've seen them get across down to Secret a couple of times.
They've been doing those. I really liked when they took yard control and then they had Forest and they pincered upper.
Yes.
That was cool. Like, you know, Rafters was distracted. They couldn't focus on main and upper at the same time. It's fun. That felt like a real solid round. And I think that was actually the only round they picked up. That was the 3v5.
Precisely. So maybe some more ladder splits on the cards here, but the opening kill statistic keeps falling against them as Apex will open up onto Get Right again. I'm going to go check out. Yeah, I'm going to go check out that duel right now because I think Apex has got the better of him a lot of times.
Yeah, Get Right. He's only survived 1 round so far. So when he saved the orb and draw that, they won the follow-up round after saving that orb. To be fair, but generally speaking, Get Right has been going down time and time again at that squeaky door. So it's a 5-on-4. Freiburg tagged somewhat, but they're all committing towards Secret steps there. In terms of utility, they've got themselves 7 flashes and a smoke, but is it going to be enough? It might be. ZywOo rattles off a shot towards Secret. It whistles by the head of Freiburg, who scampers on down to low up. And what's the call area? Have got 2 CTs down towards low at this time. Masuta and Shoxy with the M4s. Looking for information, and they're right next to each other. So they'll tuck tail between the bomb side now.
Oh, this is going to be a challenge for Shox and Masuta. At least Masuta's got a buddy for this hit. Previously, he's been that 2 frags and done, and he's managed to pull that off 2 rounds in a row. Now let's see how they fare. All of Dignitias. 3 towards the left-hand side of Masuta, 1 from the decon. Apex in support as well from ramp, so they will smoke off one side, Molly the other. That is now technically a 4 versus 2. Here comes the first challenge. Masuta passes, as does Shox. They shut them down, but Apex arrives and he picks up the pieces. No issue. Vitality, a triple kill from their in-game leader. And worth mentioning that Apex, he's coordinating this CT side and dropping 15.
Yeah, he's doing some good stuff early here, and I was just taking a quick look at his head-to-head with Get Right so far. So in the 9 rounds that we've had played, Apex has taken him out 4 times so far. The only kill that Get Right has gotten on has been onto ZywOo. So keep a look at that duel. That's also whether we had the knife on the pistol round.
So a nemesis definitely starting to grow.
Yeah, that could be a bit of a problem if Get Right keeps getting taken down by the same individual time and time again here. So it will be just some pistols, scout, some light nades. These bomb, or lack of bomb plants, is really limiting the amount of gun rounds we can see from Dignitias here, and they're not even making these rounds close. Look at how the economy's starting to build.
Uh-oh, that's a big frag, and now they're all over the place. Get Right, what an introduction, and Freiburg's found another. I was just about to say, we haven't seen too many Tech-9s in the kill feed. And now, well, 2 have managed to be found. Get Right and Freiburg.
But can they close out the round? 2 M4s, a scout and a deagle up against ZywOo and RPK, who are very healthy. They have all the grenades they require, and there's still a minute on the clock here. ZywOo will explore his options towards Secret and edge his way up the stairs here, but Forrest is watching it with that Desert Eagle. So getting out of Secret could be a very tall order, but if ever there's a man to pull it off, could be the one on your screen right now as he makes his way out, as he looks towards main entrance. Yes, he does. Nails it.
Not bad. I mean, that's more survival than anything else. Forrest was hitting his shots, and ZywOo's got another one, finally. Halzerk will ensure this round does go Dignitias' way, but I've spoken way too soon. RPK, he can just hold this. He's faking it, though. Nose knife out for Halzerk and a Vitality. Another clutch. This time it's RPK to save the day.
Well, there you have it. It was a 2 versus 4, and RPK and ZywOo get the job done. It was ZywOo pushing towards Secret, needing that information. He spots one towards the main entrance, nails it. Gets the timing on the second as well. I'm not sure why they're not looking towards Secret, I'll be honest with you. But either way, he gets that kill, RPK. As soon as he gets the bomb down towards the bomb side there, he knew he'd won the round because he can touch it. Halzerk has no choice but to rush him down. He's got a sniper as well. There's no way he's going to hit the shot. So, job was done, 4-on-2 given away.
But maybe that avenue of yard is the answer once again, because Shox got taken down very easily. They just snowballed over the top of Silo there and took him down, right? There wasn't anything special about that. Didn't look like there were too many nades in play. Shox just didn't get any shots, and then they were able to take control from that point. So maybe some more fast-paced rounds coming out from Dig to see if they're able to capitalize in the same fashion, because now that the big guns are out, well, it should be more potent in theory, I suppose.
In theory, certainly would be time for Dignitias to shine.
Yeah, bear in mind, Vitality haven't had the eco or anything yet. They've only given away 1 round, and their money, as of yet, it's still relatively low. They just need to lose one of these rounds, and there's a chance this could actually come crumbling down around them.
Yeah, well, we've seen it time and time again, haven't we? Ridiculous CT leads.
We really have.
9-6 half.
On the road to Rio especially, you thought EPL was bad. Like, the comebacks have been insane on the T side here.
So was it hot with the orb? What is this?
Well, Halzerk's not interested in any of that. And they have actually got their second opening frag. Will it convert to a round? Time to find out. RPK taking some initiative. This is very aggressive, and get right. Does check it. Apex does trade. So for now, Freiburg's frag is everything. That should be enough to charge the top site.
Yeah, this is another 4 versus 2. One they should convert, to be honest with you, is Masuta, who plays ramp, Shoxy, who plays outside, and it doesn't look like either of them are going for it. You can see Masuta down towards lower, and we have got Shoxy at the back of ramp, I believe. So yeah, they're not going for this at all. Like, as I mentioned, the money's pretty broken, even though they're 9-1 up. There's been some close rounds there, so they'll have one more buy if they save both these M4s. If they don't, they might consider a partial buy. We don't shoot the floors or the bodies anymore, Halzerk. We've agreed on that. Everyone's
something about a beverage.
Yeah, beverages. We're not doing that anymore.
It's been no, we're still doing it. We're doing more of it.
We're doing more?
We're doing more of it.
I thought it was banned as of yesterday.
No, we doubled down. We've all been kids. We've all been in the playground. We doubled down.
You got to double down.
You double down.
You know, some of the most powerful people in the world, like Henry G, doubled down.
Once upon a time he did.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. But I do encourage others to give it a go. So there's the second round for Dignitias, and as I mentioned, saving the M4s does lead them to one more buy. Shox will have to drop an M4. Masuta will have to as well. Luckily, he's got a flash and AG already. I'll go for the FAMAS just so he has all his utility on board.
I need to start practicing with the FAMAS.
It's so good.
It's such a big part as well.
I think the new version of it's great.
You do? Are you bursting? Are you spraying?
Full spray.
Really? I've seen a lot of players getting comfortable with it.
Stay away from the actual burst fire function.
No, I know, but why not?
Well, you know, they're just a thing about burst fire in CSGO.
Why are they anti-burst fire?
They're not friends yet. You know, Valve will change it at some point. I can almost guarantee you that.
What's the hold-up?
Well, because what's the rush?
I don't know. I want fun things.
Yeah, well, they gave you a PP Bison, Alex.
They did, and I'm already bored of it.
Okay. Well, they tried.
The MP5 excited me for about 4 or 5 hours.
I still use it once a game. I love the MP5. Just for the nostalgia more than anything.
And do you know what's really funny? The MP7 is actually the MP5.
What do you mean?
In like the spray pattern, rate of fire, etc., all the stats.
Just does more damage.
They just changed the name to the MP7 for CSGO. And people didn't know. Here comes the push. Masuta is waiting, and Zywoo, changing of plans, he realizes that he's been spotted and rumbled, but he does draw the fire enough. Masuta's going to get 3. A massacre in the ramp room. Nothing Dignitias can do about that. And now the flank. Just salt in the wound. Freiburg can't even get anything done.
Well, he said he's good for 1 kill usually. This time he gets 3 on a massive gun round.
Phenomenal.
There. Yeah, they were really limping into that one. It's from dropping weapons. The money was low, and they managed to keep 3 alive there. So that's great stuff. Team Vitality, relying on the youngster, and he delivers. It is going to be quite the scoreline now. A landslide from Vitality as they take themselves up to 10-2. Nice work. Normally just going for 1 kill around and dropping down. He commits to 3, and if you pull it off, it looks fantastic.
I thought we would have seen a couple more creative things coming out from Dig here, right? Knowing that this was their map choice, knowing that they potentially had some weaknesses of Vitality that they wanted to exploit. Well, if Masuta was one of them, he seems to be stepping up here today. There's another opening pick. It will be Halzerk yet again. Finding Shox with the AWP. I believe that's twice now, and the follow-up to Zywoo is even better. This round should be a Dig round.
Yeah, that's a fantastic opener. You can't ask for more from your AWPer there. T-side nuke and finding 2 opening kills on Yard? My goodness, that's a dream. Can they convert that dream? That's an easy one, thank you. I've been really struggling with my nuke play. Jeff was giving me tips.
Where do you like to play?
Well, I was given the top site responsibility. My hut molly wasn't 100% consistent.
There's no like good positions on you. All of them suck.
It all feels awkward.
Yeah, upper is probably the most interesting, I suppose, if you're just starting out.
Yeah, I was experimenting with, you know, like how to contain those top rushes. It just feels very, very Anyone with a brain who can do that god flash.
That is a problem.
When they do that flash, I look like a plum.
No, it's a really cool map to play in a 5-on-5. Where both teams are up for it, they're in the map. That's when it's super legit. For now, they're starting not a 5-on-5, 5-on-2 here. As Apex and RPK holding onto their AK-47s. They are holding hands in the lobby, but get right. Well, I was about to say he's had enough of that, but apparently he wants more. He's encouraging it.
Well, that's their avenue to save at least, so... I was going to say T-Spawn is open, but Apex wants to keep going for some frags here. Could do a little bit of damage, I suppose, to the Dignitias economy, but they're at max loss bonus. There's 3,400. I guess that will start to siphon on down now when they pick up this round, so potentially playing for the very, very late stages, but we're already at round number 13, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not too sure how many more rounds that Apex can find any impact on. Well, no more.
Won't be this one. His AK's gone, and that's substantial AK-47.
RPK's sitting there at the spawn like, dude, I'm right here.
Why didn't we both
notice how I have my AK?
We were holding hands for the entire time, the entire round, and you gave up. You let him down. They should have both gone spawn. They would have been fine.
And now he only has 4,200.
Yeah.
He could have dropped a gun to either Shox or Masuta, but now or Zywoo, and now he can't do anything. Oof. So that is not the play you want to see from your in-game leader, to be completely honest with you. But they're 10-3 up. All right, if they can get through this half, if they're able to pick up one more round, they should be pretty happy with that.
Are they fully investing into this one?
Oh, they are.
They haven't necessarily committed. You can see $1,000 on Zywoo, $2,000 on RPK, and they haven't got all their grenades. So they've taken one of these kind of partial buys with saved weaponry, kind of filled the gaps of SMGs and FAMASs. We'll see if it's going to be enough. Apex might seem to think so. Double kill for him. Bomb goes down, but we have had multiple kills on the dig side. They're going into round number 15 here with the potential of 5. A decent turnaround here for the lads.
Yeah, and we were line 1, right, at one point talking about how absent Dignitias have been, and, well, they have managed to turn it around. From there, round 10 to round 15, it now stands at Dignitias shooting for their 5th.
Yeah, if they pick this one up, they would have got 4 out of the last 5 rounds. So we'll see whether they can actually find it. It's going to be Apex. Strong defense in the upper bomb site. He gets 2, but the kills are already around. Firebug's been excellent at cracking open the upper bomb site, by the way. He's found lots of kills there.
Yeah, and we didn't get to catch that action live, but Halzerk, he was responding. So ball for the ramp push, as was Get Right in this one. And Masuta, he's caught him with the MP9. They might look to go with some pace here. Look at Forrest. He's covering a lot of ground. They have full access to the warehouse, exists considering secret. And now the standoff will begin. Forrest, perfect play from him. He's actually tagged up Masuta. He wants to finish the job, but he has. Precise. Forrest looking good.
It's looking crispy. Like that. 4-on-2. Apex with the shotgun. Shoxy with the MP9. Not looking too good, I'm afraid. One flashbang, no kits. Just a matter of time before Dignitias confirm this round and find themselves, as I mentioned, 4 out of the 5 last previous rounds here. So this is a great resurgence. Don't think the shotgun will be doing a lot of damage here. It's been dropped, in fact.
See how safe Exist is playing. Doesn't he want to give him that fight? Apex does find himself a rifle, but how far will that get him? Not particularly. Halzerk's just waiting on heaven. This will be his execution. What can you do? Apex has got no options.
Just one's a frag. A cheeky one would
Give me one. I've got 5 bullets. Give me something.
Up we go. Hope for the best.
That's the end of that. 10-5 on the half, ladies and gentlemen. Nuke is looking to deliver. Dignitias taking the defense next when we return from our break.
Heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your wave right before it broke. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you.
Our second game of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and Vitality up in double digits, up against Dignitas on their very own map pick. So Dignitas do need to turn things around. You can see the scores. We've seen Halzerk and Forest show up in spades in a similar capacity to their phenomenal victory versus Fnatic, but not quite the same Dignitas that stepped into the server. And GG.bet tends to agree, giving the odds in favor of the French into the second half.
But I would say the 5 rounds is enough here.
Yeah.
Dignitas going over to the CT side. I feel like this is more than enough. I feel like they get his pistol. They would be the favorites, to be honest with you. We'll see what happens. As RPK goes towards outside, he's got the PT-50 in hand, no armor. Fires off a couple of bullets and fends off Freiburg for now.
Smoke implemented towards main, and Germright does spot RPK crossing. He is alone though, and he's got the call on too. Apex has caught a bullet in the meantime, doesn't go down, just goosh to 3. They look to flood into the lower site, and they have managed to overwhelm Exist. That should be the bomb plant. I say that. Freiburg's there to contest, but he's changed his mind.
Yeah, not really much Freiburg can do now. P2000 stuck towards Decon. He needs to hit a quick kill here if possible. Not going to happen, and the bomb is planted. Freiburg with 10 bullets remaining. He does nail Shoxy. Forrest will chime in as well, so there is a good chance here now for Dignitas. This quick kill from ZywOo, though, it might be enough. RPK will help him out, and the grenade lands.
Apex is low.
Apex has got just 3 points of health here. Get right with the kid as well. He'll have to defuse the bomb, and the defuse has been attempted, but now they're off it.
And they were waiting perfectly. That's lovely retake from Get Right. He actually lands the nade onto ZywOo. 3 kills. And he said if they win the pistol, they're going to be anticipated as the favorite. Well, they have secured it. And let's see what the French react.
Look, I haven't been particularly impressed with Team Vitality's T sides. It's been very snowbally aggressive rounds. That's the type of Counter-Strike that they've been implementing ever since Apex has taken over this role. That could win them this game if they win one of these low-buy situations, right? Because they could snowball a couple and it might be a little bit overwhelming for Dignitas here to deal with. They will go for a force buy. We've got some Galils out on the field. We've got a bunch of Tech-9s and a little bit of utility behind it. So if they win this round, that's where we can start to see the strengths of Vitality shining.
Yeah, fast ramp, and already they've met Exist's MP9. It's only going to be the 1-for-1. Again, they forego that control, and they're descending so fast. Look at the spray! Oh, Get Right. That's some retro stuff. Full commitment to the spray, and actually lines up 2 of them.
Beautiful stuff. Get Right getting it done. A massive amount of kills in the last couple of rounds here, and they find the penultimate one as well. Just Apex remains, and this is a force buy as well. He's down to 12 points of health here. Get Right looking for the hat trick. Not going to find it, but still the round lands in favor of Dignitas here. Full eco on the agenda for Team Vitality. They cannot justify anything. P250s are the very most. And we'll see Get Right's double spray down here, all the way from Decon as well. Alex said it's a bit of vintage Get Right because he used to be known for these big spray downs in 1.6 especially. Haven't seen it for some time, but that's very good indeed.
Interesting wallbang. I'm not sure if he was lining that up with anything in particular, but he caught ZywOo there just in transition, I suppose. Some Deagles coming on out, some simple utility once again, and more fast stuff from Vitality. This time they want to go straight out.
This could be a quick half, fellas. Look at them go, just throwing themselves against the rocks that are Dignitas. And now just Apex and RPK, they're all being deleted. I think RPK's catching that nade. Nope, chooses not to. Would rather go down to an SMG and give them that double kill reward, I guess. Never mind, Forrest. He's got himself a Galil, so we'll be the same.
Looks very different from the percentage Counter-Strike that we talk about, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying go back to waiting 2 minutes with only Glocks in your hands, but there's a clear reason that a lot of the top teams are doing that now, right? By playing so quickly, Vitality just ran into...
We can play this game right now, Chad. Let's see how much reinvestment there is. $500 for Get Right. He only has to buy himself 2 nades. $300 for Exist. He only has to buy 1. So a couple of those, it adds up.
It's basically a clean round, right? And Freiburg's got himself a Khalil right there. So, there's not too much investment going on here. And now with the AKs out, we need to see something a little bit more convincing from Vitality. Pistol round looked good, but it all fell apart there. And, well, now it looks like they'll be going for the L smokes that we've been donning them, but nobody yard to ramp again. They really want to try and test Exist.
They do, and he's gobbled a flash. Chooses to play passive, and they know he's coming. That corner, usually the second to be checked, they're faking it. Interesting. So they'll have to, the CT's now going to be paranoid about the ramp push to heaven. Halzerk's been given the responsibility of that, which does mean that there's still 2 dedicated and all info. Freiburg spots 1, and they come straight into the Lions' den. It's 4 in quick succession, just running out of hut.
I hate everything about it.
It doesn't look good, does it?
I hate everything about it.
What's the thing you hate the most about it?
It's the first gun round of the second half. You just had a truckload of utility, and then you walk dry out a hut without clearing anything, hoping that you had forced a rotation off of pushing Exist lower at ramp.
That's what I thought you'd say, to be honest. You can see that no one has thrown a single damn thing here. They're all going at the tightest choke point available. With AKs in their hand, I couldn't tell you why they're doing that, I'll be honest, but this is what we've come to expect from Apex being the in-game leader. Sure, they're all peaking individually, and they're hitting their shots on the default. It looks great.
It was working. I remember you even complimenting it, saying it was great while it works.
Sure, exactly. And then as soon as it doesn't, as soon as you see them kind of struggle a little bit and they don't have much tactical depth, you start asking yourself, why isn't this team really focusing on that side of the game? It's an obvious problem just from the eye test here. Like, they're rushing up with no grenades. It suggests that someone's made that call on the fly, and there's no real rhyme or reason behind it. So
I think, you know, for Apex picking up the in-game leadership role, because we may as well talk about that for a little while here, in-game leading is no easy task.
No.
And mid-round calling is even harder than just calling from spawn, right? You are having to take in all this information and have a decision. Now, Apex is a type of individual who is traditionally an entry fragger. So when you're entry fragging, you normally find entries by pace and surprise and catching them with a nade out, or you know, capitalize on a good execute, right? But an in-game leader who's doing the entry fragging needs to set up the rest of his pieces. Look at the way Carrigan does it. Okay, you boys are going to throw all your nades for me. I'm going to go out and find space. I'll get us a kill. I'll give you some info, and you guys can finish the round.
Finish the round for me.
It's the same way Glaive and Astralis on Nuke, for example, will go down Secret by himself. All the smoke's run down. He wants to get the information firsthand and see what kind of things are going on towards Secret. He doesn't want to get secondhand information that's not necessarily reliable or on time. So that's why you'll see a lot of the top in-game leaders not necessarily be with that.
What a nasty way to die.
Oh, get right. It's going. We said knives to ban. Get right.
Get right.
You're not a knifer.
Do it, Chris.
You're
Get
not
right
a
on
knifer.
shots. 2020
known
action.
for your knives.
Get him after the time, Chris.
What? Follow him for 20 seconds?
He'll blink. He'll blink. Yeah. He was getting too much. Like, you could tell, like, Get Right's like, I'm not a knifer. I'm not JW.
Now.
Just get the kill. Let's not embarrass ourselves there. Let's just get it done and move on.
We need JW and Flusher to do like an official guide on you know, knifing, all right? When you see their back and they're a couple of feet away, the knife comes out.
Did you see the Flusher oopsie as well in that series versus Dig? He was on train. He was following 2 of them. He's come from Connector. He's managed to get behind both of them as they're running to defuse the bomb. They haven't got time. One of them has to defend that diffuser. He's behind both of them. One of them's defusing, one of them's looking for him, back turn still, and he shoots at the diffuser, tags him to 80, and they just defuse in front of his face.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so sometimes it can pay off, and look at Zywoo. He's actually gone and got the frag. It was Halzerk. I just made an assumption, excuse me. He pushes straight into Hut, and RPK shut down.
Halzerk is doing some wonderful things on the CD side of Nuke. Outside has looked like a fortress. Upper bomb side shut down for business, and we have a 5-on-3 here. Masuta, Apex, and Shox. Minus the youngster now, as Apex and Shox will have to do what they can towards lower. They have got the bomb, but they are segregated right now. Shox is alone down towards lower bomb side. That's the kind of gut instinct we're talking about from Chad. Just opening the door, throwing caution to the wind there, and getting away with it. It always feels good. The bomb's going to go down towards lower. A 5-on-2 suggests everyone win it, but let's see if they can cause any damage.
Yeah, so mollying one side and focusing your attention on the other is perfect. Forest, I thought he'd done enough, but Opex, he stands strong only for the first. Exist catches him from ramp, and Shox, he's been dealt a pretty dud hand.
Yeah, not really much he can do about this. I'd be considering my options to save at this stage, but there is a chance he does meet the AWP release and probably gets this kill, but the incendiary down, that will be the headline. It's going to be a defusal for Dignitias, and they've taken the lead as well. 6-0 now on this CT side. We said if they won the pistol, it's their map pick. There's always a way for them to come back into it, and they've certainly proved us to be correct for once.
Yeah.
It actually works out.
And this T-side's not inspiring any confidence yet.
We haven't even seen like a proper execution anywhere.
They've thrown smokes.
They've thrown a few smokes, that's right. I've seen the outside smokes, but that's about it.
Yeah, that one, because there's such a pace behind their strategies, there's so much room for error when you do a fast strat, because there's all these different places that the CTs could be hiding. If they see your nades, they normally can predict what type of strategy that you're going to be running, especially with the one toward ladder base and the smokes towards yard to conceal that type of area. So even though Team Vitality got to ladder base there, you could see how many corners Masuda's having to clear. He's heads on a bloody swivel and he just gets taken down very easily. So Vitality will get another buy. That was a good plant. But right now, it's 6 on the trot in their second half, and this is starting to look very, very, very dire.
It is indeed. Dignitias will operate with the single orb setup. I don't think that's going to change. And they've got a couple of AK-47s within their ranks as well. So that's going to be in the hands of Exist and Get Right. Watch out for those guys popping off. We have got a full buy for Vitality here, but not a single round in the second half. We've got multiple streams going on right now. That's going to be the C stream on the right-hand side of your screens there, between Ents and Complexity. Go check that out. It's a cool game.
An interesting one as well. I'll be intrigued to know how Complexity fare. Keeping our eyes on another aggressive stance from Halzerk. Previously, aggressive heart this time coming from the ramp room. And I love the initiative and the space he's being given. He'll be able to call those corners clear. And if he establishes this line, he's good. He wants more. And RPK could punish him for it. He will. But Exist is right behind him, holding his hand, ensuring that they can set him up. But that's Halzerk being played around. If you're wondering what it looks like...
They've gone for this move. They've lost the lobby player. The only one watching the extremities, right? And the CTs are aware of that. So their call has been, let's just go fast towards lower. But that's just not going to work out. It's very telegraphed, very obvious. Now they go back in towards the AWP as well. You can see they're like headless chickens almost out there, Alex.
Look at him go.
It's kind of like watching us at times. You know, like there are moments.
It can sometimes feel the same way.
Yeah. I don't know why they've made these odd decisions. They don't know when to put the brakes on and just work things out. It's just like, it's one or the other.
Never mind, this.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've been noting a lot within Tier 1 Counter-Strike, oh, that's a nice shot right there. At least Apex is hitting some bangers, 109 ADR at this point, and now it's a 2-on-2. So this is doable. It seemed very, very confusing, and, well, that's probably how Dig feel right now.
Well, they've actually got a good chance at Vitality after a lackluster approach. They've got the bomb down in a 2-on-2. They're actually the favorites now. Flashbangs available for Apex. Forest arrived at the scene of the crime in the nick of time. And 2 AK-47s here. No smokes. But they do have the fuse kits. Forrest goes to the wall bang and actually gets one. He walks into it. Shoxy leaves Apex here in a 2-versus-1.
What a nasty way to go. Forrest, that's perfect. Apex, he may not be ready for Get Right's position. He's got the angle. Misses his shots down to 14. Forrest, 2, in fact, from beneath. He strikes. And despite Vitality's best chance we've seen in a while, they come up trump again. Dignitias 12.
I'm bloody bewildered at this T-half. Like, I'm not even like,
baffled.
You saw it all transpire there. As soon as they lost that kill in lobby, the whole plan was destroyed. You can see they didn't know what to do with that. They know the CTs have full lobby control. 4 players outside have not committed yet. And they ran down lower, decided against it, ran back out towards outside. The AWP was waiting for them. And as you mentioned, they managed to hit a couple of shots. Like, in terms of performance, Vitality are always going to be the favorites in terms of the 1v1 duels. But their tactical approach right now, it really does need some adjustments.
Well, this is 10 rounds in a row here from Dignitias in the last couple. So this is a big stretch. That's across the secret with a bad wall as well. How have they gotten down?
I don't mind that too much. If everyone's down and you don't take any casualties, fair enough.
He didn't have a smoke, but he's actually done a pretty damn bang-up job of holding them at bay. Now they cross, though, and he continues to play survival. Much more important to be living. Keep that heart beating. Yet to see Get Right go down, but the pressure is coming. He can feel it. And there's 3 Ts now that can pivot towards upper. That Fant control is theirs.
They've got a lot of time here as well. Need to show some patience here. Don't have to win the round in the first 20 seconds. Still a 5-on-5.
I didn't know you could destroy that ladder there, Zywoo.
I didn't know that either.
He's taught me something new.
Yeah. So, Zywoo will be feigning some lower presence there. Molotov smokes down. A flashbang as well, but making a lot of noise. You've got a player right beneath him who's missed a shot. Miss against Zywoo, who's going to punish you for it. And there's plenty of kills now for Vitality. Surely their first round is coming in. It's a 4-versus-2. Forrest looks to save. I'm sure it's the same story for Halzerk as well. Oh, apparently not. He fancies it.
Yeah, Zywoo's not making many mistakes. A lovely shot. That's the Orpagon forced to rebuy, and I'm not sure Forrest is going to get away with this. Apex, how far do you hunt? Is that enough? I think that's enough. He's got plenty of time. So once he clears the fact there's no one in the close corners, does he go back to T-spawn? They do. So who's going to take the higher angle? Forest is just tucked in on the corner. There's no way Apex goes further. Like, we rarely see anyone hunt past this.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no need to do this right now. The money's really flush on that Dignitias side. They're not too worried either. So if he does go down, it's not the end of the world. And if they get the kill, well, it doesn't really mean a whole lot either. It's probably more important for Vitality to start holding onto some weapons here. But Apex, he is fragging well. You know, we can't take that away. Even if he is calling some questionable mid-rounds right now, he still has 24 kills to his name. So he is contributing massively right now for his team. He's got the highest ADR, the most kills. You know, he's up there in terms of the impact that he's finding. And that's their first round on the board here within the second half. So very, very important stuff. But this is where the real battle begins, the back and forth. You have to whittle down this CT economy now if you want to try and get some easy rounds on the board, Vitality.
Got to string them together. See if they can replicate the success of round 23. Lots going outside early. Going to be seeing on the fly smoke.
Very heavy commitment here, and they've been met by the Hauser Orc once more. They do trade it out. Bomb's been spotted though, so they're in a lot of trouble. You can see the smokes aren't there. They're just going to run through this.
It's the same strat as last round.
Yeah, it's scrappy, but they, like I said, in terms of 1v1 duels, if they get them, Vitality going to win them. So, using nothing but brute force, it works out. That's a lovely play from Shox as well. Freiburg wasn't sure how to handle that one. It's another round guarantee for Vitality at this point, 4 versus 2. No presence towards lower from the CTs whatsoever. So Exist and Get Right surely don't even explore their options down here. Get Right does get one, but does he fancy anymore? He does, but Masuta will send him packing.
Yeah, that was their ticket back into the round there from Get Right. He gave it a good go. I think Exist is far too calculated about this whole thing to foolishly give away that M4 for the free. It may not be for free, though, because RPK, he wants a full refund. He takes it from him by force. And that's 12-12. Vitality, that's 2 rounds so far from them. And they're back-to-back. You said they won the easy ones. Well, that could be the path to get it. Let's see this frag from Shox. God, it was quick. Very nice on the close line.
And I think it might be eco territory for Dignitias here. You got Freiburg, $1,900. Exist, 3K. So they're going to go for Desert Eagles and some grenades here. Get Right goes for a Hero M4.
Okay.
So he invests 3,100. Not sure he'll be able to deliver on that front, but let's see what he's got in store. Heads towards outside, leaps up and towards the outside boxes here, but they've gone for a squeaky door play by the looks of things. And it's just on the fly again. There's no real set piece deployed here, and you can see no one's really checking much at all, but up against the pistols
Box
now.
down.
It's an equal trade. Get Right's M4 brings it back to a 3-on-3, and the bomb will be planted.
It works. Top side is theirs. Get Right can't contest. He's likely going to want to keep hold of his M4 for the real round, quote-unquote.
Oof, they're on the other side of the medal there. So the fact that they're even taking bullets at all is a surprise to them as it is to us. And we might take a quick look here at how the opening kills have been trending. It did start with Dignitias really struggling to get on the board. It was one-way traffic for Vitality in the early stages of that first half. And now we're sitting at 13-12 in terms of opening duels. And that is in favor of Dig here. So they've taken the lead as far as that stat line is concerned, but they've lost the lead in the game itself. So 13 on the board now for Vitality here as the bomb will go on. They'll deal with the last pesky members. Get Right will hold on to that M4, so everything's good over that side of things.
That's all fine. Get Right saves the M4, got himself a kill as well, so he actually made $300 there. So we get into round number 26. Vitality take the lead once more after finding 3 rounds in a row. They were at a 7-0 deficit, but they brought the game right back here. Managed to convert 3 rounds, and now we have a full buy for Dignitias. The Orpha Hausberg has been sensational. See if we can keep it up. Vitality's loose, scrappy nature might actually save them here. Fast again, boys. In we go.
And RPK straight down the vent with his suggestive knives on his back, as well as the explosive device. Bomb down.
Such a basic strategy, but if you get the bomb down the vent and no one reacts to it, well, I don't know why Exist doesn't swing down straight away to deny that. They've pretty much lost the round already, but we'll see if that kill will persuade them to go for it.
Well, the avenues to lower have been plugged other than this from Apex coming down secret, so it's good stuff that he's made it down, but now RPK has to deliver in a big way.
He really does.
He's got a Molotov. You want to use that before he drops it off. Here we go.
There it is. Couldn't be better timing, really. Through the smoke they go. Halzak using his barrel to bait, and oh, well, that's the end of him, but this round should very well be Vitality's. An equal trade Favoring the French and a transfer from ZywOo. Phenomenal stuff. A pair of frags for both. ZywOo will preserve his AK just in a second to spare.
I think it's finally clicked. They know that they're better players than Dignitias, and they're just running around the map and killing everyone right now. That was a very loose approach. Wasn't even that nicely done, to be honest with you. It was pretty standard in terms of, like, that's the bare minimum to get down the vent. Just drop a nade, basic smoke, get down there. And if no one rotates a ramp, you get a free plant. Like, it just suggests that things are falling apart on the CT side here. Exist should be swinging down. They've gone for a partial buy. Freiburg will invest $2,600. He gets the alligator out. Looking for a bite of Vitality if possible. And Desert Eagles and CZs elsewhere. So a partial buy for Dignitias as Vitality look for map points. They were 7-0 down in this half, and now 4 rounds in a row, looking for 5.
Ouch.
Yikes. Well, Masuda now in openings is 7-3, and Halzerk is 7-0. So the youngsters, the newer kids on the block, have been doing some damage as far as that stat line is concerned here. Can Shox do any more? He's definitely been heard.
Crouching under the crosshair enables Halzerk to find his 27th frag. And he's on just the Deagle armor as well. And he's found another one with that Deagle. He's sniping, doesn't matter what weapon's in his hand.
Beautiful. Desert Eagle working out of a Halzerk there, to say the very least. He hasn't even got armor.
Yeah, he wants an AWP. They were essentially buying for overtime.
Very quiet, isn't it?
Gap Halzerk's found. He's coming behind Freiburg here.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Just takes his head
Just
clean off.
reaction, donk. Coming from main.
This couldn't be better for the shotgun. They have to cross to get to the bomb site. So this is fantastic stuff for Freiburg. If he doesn't need to be picking too wide here.
Spotted. 14 seconds. Oh no, could have bided their time a little better. Dink from Exist is not enough. It's insufficient, but Forest can clutch. He's been gifted the AK.
Oh, an old classic matchup there. RPK versus Forest, and it will be the Swede that comes out on top. It will be round 30 for Dignitias, and it all started with a couple of Desert Eagle headshots from the young Norwegian over there, Halzerk, getting it done, opening things up, a 5 versus 3. Great effort for Vitality to bring the round back at the bomb down. 1 versus 1, and Forest comes out on top. He did have Kevlar, 2 kills in the round, saves the AK-47, and this is Halzerk. This is where it all began. Beautiful first shot. Second, lovely as well. No armor, bear in mind. And he single-handedly wins the round. I say single-handedly. Forest obviously had the 1v1 towards the end, but he got the wheels in motion.
He did. Wouldn't be here without him. And despite some fantastic fragging from Vitality actually getting into that crossfire, it looked like it was nearly impossible. You're still in main, 20 seconds, a crossfire established. They managed to overcome it. Dignitias and Forest in particular really does seal the deal. Haven't seen Get Right falling foul to any of that squeaky door exchanges on his defense this time. It was a real thorn in his side on the attack. Look at Halzerk's balls to push that. Shox, however, catches him, and that's a crucial frag because it keeps things level.
We have seen that outside aggression from Halzerk a few times now. Back to the 4-4 we go. We've got 2 players very low indeed. That's going to be Shoxy and Geray. Both respective teams. ZywOo using the AK-47 for now.
Look at this, Henry. There's a minute left on the clock. Well, there's actually a minute 15 when I started talking, and the utility on both teams is already down to just scraps of nades. There's a couple of flashes, a couple of smokes.
At least they have 3 smokes on Team Vitality, so they can go for an execution, but they haven't really been displaying that sort of gameplay. So just using a smoke towards main entrance here. In terms of the setup, they're looking to go down towards either secret or main entrance here. It looks to be the latter. And in terms of that defense, Get Right watching from the window position. Does significant damage towards ZywOo. It takes another 14, but not quite enough for the kill.
It's enough of a contribution for now. Apex is starting to get the timing out of Squeak. Get Right does eventually find ZywOo, and now Apex wants to take this hit. That's a crucial frag. The entry fragger does his job. Forest gone. Now can they find the site? Freiburg's healthy. They are not. They can overwhelm though. And that's the most healthy of them all. Masuda, he joins them. 13 to 12 between them.
Exist pushing the smoke at this point. A brave maneuver. He will have a massive disadvantage if he goes forward, but decides to reel it in. And they have no kit here. Do they even want to go for it. They've got the information that 3 of them are low.
Oh, he smoked again.
And they smoked out. Get Right's already thinking about falling back at this point. And he's not finding anything. That might be a yes, it will be.
Wow, they're so lucky to get away with
Yeah,
that 12
they don't
and
know how
13
low they are, but
HPs.
there's another kill for Shoxy as well.
Salt in the wound right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's 15 on the board for Vitality. The loss bonus coming through for Dignitas right now is going to be 2,400. It's not enough to get a buy for the majority of their members. Forest and Exist will be the only ones strapping rifles here, unless Exist drops something across.
Forest can drop like a FAMAS at least, I guess, suppose, with $7,000. He goes for an AWP. So
Like,
that won't be happening, yeah.
Give it to the chosen one.
Yeah, you're dead on there. He should be Zahalzerk, which it will be. And he's got 28 kills. It's himself and Forest that are leading the charge. And as we said, second half, if they win the pistol, they're right back into it. They managed to get a 7-0 scoreline, but they've now lost 6 rounds out of the last 7 on the Dig side.
Yeah, Halzek's not going to be going for any more outside aggression with that AWP, that's for sure. I think he needs some longevity for his team to overcome Vitality. And, well, that's the opposite of longevity. In fact, rather short-lived for Halzerk as he's gone.
Yeah, quick and dominant shot there from Zywoo.
They need that AWP, right?
It's the AWP down at a very awkward spot as well. I think Shoxy's going to go jump on it now and confirm.
He's
pushing ramp.
Ooh.
And
So much info. Exist going to try and get this timing. Freiburg's already found one. RPK is going to be expecting this, and he does deal with the first. The reposition from Forest was not enough. Nice flourish. Freiburg connects with a shotgun, but Shox has already come behind enemy lines. Get right. Set to clutch. A 1v3. Nice adjustment onto Shoxy. He does have 4 bullets left in the clip. It's minimal, and it is insufficient. Zywoo confirms it. Vitality, they take Dig's map pick. It's through brute force on their T side, but they convert, and it will be Vitality 1-0 up in the series.
We never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching.